When it comes to television, I never tire of watching idiots scaring themselves. It doesn't matter what the programme's about, it could be the paranormal, aliens, whatever. But as long as it features the mentally disadvantaged wandering around with night vision cameras, in scenes that look like outtakes from the Blair Witch Project, I'm happy.
Oh my god, I can hear breathing. I can hear breathing.
Sorry, it was me. My fascination for this type of television began back in the early 2000s with the British series Most Haunted. The format was simple. Former Blue Peter presenter Yvette Fielding and her team of paranormal investigators would go to the most haunted places in the UK. Once they arrived, they would hear some scary stories, set up some extremely dubious experiments, and then spend the night walking around in the dark, letting their imaginations run riot.
Oh my god, I can hear footsteps. There are footsteps.
No, me again. At the end of each show, a parapsychologist would calmly, and using logic and reason, explain that the team had spent the night jumping at shadows and screaming at noises coming from the plumbing. In all the time it's been running, Most Haunted has found no conclusive evidence that ghosts exist. Because they don't. But the highlight of the show came from the psychic mediums, although I prefer to use their real job titles, such as cheat, liar, fraud or charlatan. And every episode, one of them will get possessed and carry out the worst acting ever seen on film.
I'm going to kill you all.
The acting from the psychic mediums on Most Haunted was so terrible that it would make the average primary school nativity play look like an Oscar winner. In more recent years, I enjoyed the Animal Planet series Finding Bigfoot, and I was sad when it was axed after just 100 episodes, in none of which did they find any evidence of this legendary creature. In many ways, the format for Finding Bigfoot was similar to that of Most Haunted, because the team would visit locations where it was said there had been a lot of Bigfoot activity. Then they would interview delusional or mentally unwell people who claimed to have encountered the legendary beast. But these were the type of people who, when they get divorced, they can at least be happy their former spouse is still their cousin. The show was presented by self-proclaimed Sasquatch experts. But that job title has as much gravitas as saying you're a unicorn farrier. And their experiments they set up to try and find the creature were as futile as fishing for the Loch Ness Monster or mermaids. Although apparently mermaid is no longer an acceptable term, because it can be construed as sexist and it doesn't include non-binary people. Sexism for something that isn't fucking real. Many people claim to have seen Bigfoot, but sadly, I don't believe them. Just this weekend, I read an article about a man who said his motorhome was attacked by a pair of Sasquatches for around 20 minutes. But the vehicle was undamaged and he didn't take any pictures. We now live in an age where all of us carry a high-definition recording device on us at all times. And if I thought I was going to be ripped apart by these creatures which were apparently 10 feet high, I would try and get some footage to explain what happened to my mangled corpse. Because surely, if Bigfoot did exist, there would be more photos and videos. Or are we to believe these huge ape-like creatures, which for hundreds of years have lived in the woods of North America, are also tech-savvy enough to get out of the way of a Samsung Galaxy? And now, an Oklahoma lawmaker wants to take the Bigfoot legend to the next level by introducing an official Bigfoot hunting season. The man in question is called Justin Humphrey, and he said, "Some people don't believe in Bigfoot, but a lot of folks do. Just like some people go deer hunting and others don't." That's not really an accurate comparison because we know deers exist. I've seen them in the countryside and you can buy bits of them cooked in restaurants. Not me though, I draw the line at eating Bambi. However, Justin is open and honest on why he wants Bigfoot hunting. For tourism, it'll boost the local economy, hotels, motels and restaurants will all be busier and all hunters will have to buy a Bigfoot hunting permit. But if I lived in Oklahoma, I don't think I'd be entirely comfortable knowing that there were large numbers of people who believe in a 10-foot ape man making their way through the undergrowth with guns. And if there are Sasquatches making their way around America and Canada, why has no one found a dead one? Or do they make their own funeral arrangements when they're not busy taunting TV crews or making sure no one takes an in-focus photo of them? In many ways, Bigfoot is a lot like the aliens, and they tend to interact with the same people because it's never the emeritus professor of history or an epidemiologist. It's always John Boy and Jim Bob who've spent the day making their own alcohol. And if this law goes through, I pray they make a television programme about it. In fact, they could use the two I've previously mentioned. Finding Bigfoot could follow the hunters as they blast away at everything that moves, and then Most Haunted could go and try and contact the ghosts of the people who were shot by accident. Thanks for watching.